Hi and welcome. My name is Mofololo Atobiloba. And in this class, I'll be teaching you everything you need to know from start to end about building a complete website. And I will also be showing you one of the tools and secrets I use to build a website just between 15 minutes. Not just any website, but a professional and beautiful stunning website. So if you can stay tuned and wait till the end of this video, you'll actually be seeing what I'll be teaching you and how to build a very professional website just between 15 minutes. 15 minutes. But right now, what I'll be showing you as the introduction right now is how to get your hosting and domain. And right now what I'll be showing you immediately is the examples of different hosting and domains companies that we have. So now the first hosting and domain company I want to show you is called Namecheap. It's called Namecheap. So Namecheap is a very common hosting and domain. There's virtually no any website designer or developer that does not know Namecheap. So I actually use Namecheap regularly for most of my clients because their plan is very affordable, at least not compared to other plans. So we also have Bluehost. I use Bluehost for some of my clients too. Let me just say Bluehost is more standard than Namecheap, but it's not as if Namecheap is not standard. Namecheap is definitely standard, and you can build just any kind of website using Namecheap hosting. But Bluehost has more features when it comes to extra capacities. Bluehost is there. So whenever I have a very advanced project, as in when I'm talking about advanced, I'm talking about an advanced website, maybe like a website for a university, a website for a publishing company, so a big web that was going to be large. So I usually make use of Bluehost for that. And the third hosting and domain I want to show you is GoDaddy. So I also make use of GoDaddy a lot, but most of the time I only come to GoDaddy to purchase domains, because normally GoDaddy and Namecheap are majorly known for domain registration. So but there are some certain extensions that are actually not available on Namecheap that are available on GoDaddy. But I will be explaining everything to you as we go further in the video. But for the sake of this class, I won't be teaching you how to use Bluehost and GoDaddy for now. I will be actually showing you how to use Namecheap. So that's what we're going to be looking at in this tutorial. So now let's just get straight right into it. So what we want to do now is we want to get domain and hosting. Now let's assume you want to build a website for yourself or for a client or for a particular business. So the first thing you need to do is to come to a hosting website like this. So now when you come to this hosting website, the first thing you need to do is, okay, what is the name that the company or the business or your website wants to bear? So what name does it want to bear? When I say what name, what I mean is that, for example, look at this here. This is www.namecheap.com. So that is the name of the domain of this website, namecheap.com. So that is the name it is bearing. So that is what we call domain. So now that's what we want to check. So for you to check for that, because that is the first thing you need to know. So we come to domains here. Under it, come to domain search. Then you click on it. So you don't necessarily need to go there, because right in front of me, let me just go back and show you. Right in front of me, this form here, you can actually use it to search for the name you want to search for. But the reason I'm showing you this method here is because maybe you might be on a particular section Do you understand? And you don't know how to go back to the home page. So all you have to do is just come here, domain search, so that wherever you are, you can simply just go there. So now let's search for example, now let's search for facebook.com. So when we search for facebook.com, you know facebook.com already exists because it belongs to Mark Zuckerberg. So you will see what is going to bring right here. So it's going to tell us that the domain name is actually not available. It's actually not available. So it's now going to list. So this is where we can actually check for any name that is available or not. So let's just wait till it brings it. So it's gonna bring it now. And so as you can see now, it says taken. So facebook.com is what? Taken. So it's now telling me that if I want to get facebookfa.com, I can pay $499 for it. So that's an example of what I'm trying to tell you. So now let's not think of a name. Let's just search for a name that, okay, let me think of, okay, let's say Swiss. Okay, I'll type it here. Sorry, Swiss Nairaland. So this is just a name I'm coming up with. So there's nothing like this. I'm not sure there's anything like this. So do you see now? If I say .com, because it's bringing to me .land. So if I say .com, you see it says. Now when you see this, it means it is available. So that's when you now see this button which says add to cart. So if it's not available, you will not actually see this button which says add to cart. So now let's assuming that, okay, this is the name our clients give us. So this is the name of the website he said he wants. Maybe the name of their company is Swiss Nairaland. So you now search for this and see that it's available. So he now told you that, wow, I like it, let's go with this name. So all you have to do is just click on this add to cart. So when you click on the add to cart, it's going to add it to cart for you. So and how much is this? $9.16. $9.16. So that's how to actually check for a domain, if a domain is available. So you can just quickly do this and check if a domain is available. So but right now I'm going to view my cart and delete it. So I will now tell you how to actually go about getting hosting, because now this is how to actually check for the availability of a domain. So this is my cart now. So let me just delete it. I will just click on this star here. So now I have deleted it. So now let's go and check for an hosting label. So right now it has taken the menu away. So what I need to do is just click on this Namecheap logo here, so that it will return me to the home page. So just come to hosting here, click on it. So now I've clicked on hosting. So let's just scroll down. So you scroll down. So now where you now stop at where it says featured plans. So these are the three categories of hosting that are available on Namecheap. We have the Stellar Business, EasyWP Starter. So now the Stellar Business is $1.88 per month. So on first year. So when you are actually calculate, because on Namecheap you can decide to buy a hosting plan for a month or for a whole year. So this is just the price for a month. So when you are calculating everything for a whole year, I will show you how much it will be. So this Stellar Business is higher than Stellar, so and it is 4.98. So this 1 year is for free. It says on first month. So this is just for, like, if you actually want to practice with with WordPress, just like you are going to be doing in the tutorial. So if you just want to practice with WordPress, so you can actually go with this. So now we have Starter, we have Cursor, we have Sion. So but we will not actually be looking at all of these ones. So what we want to do is, let's just enter into this and start. So now we click on get started, and right now it has loaded, and you can see it has actually summed up the money for us in 12 months. So this is what we are going to be getting. Now the next thing is, because we are actually buying a hosting, so I want you to know that it's not possible for you to buy hosting on Namecheap without buying a domain with it. I showed you how to get a domain the other time, so I already showed you that so that you all first of all understand how domain works. So in this place, we cannot add it to cart. You see, I can't actually click add to cart unless I search for a domain name that I want to use. So now it gives me one option, that now domain name connection. It says, should I choose a new domain name, meaning that should I search for a domain name just like I did in the other in the introduction of this video, like I did earlier. So should I search for it, or should I use an existing domain name? Like, do I have a domain name that I have purchased before? So but now I have not purchased domain name, that I'm showing you how to actually do it. So in this case, what we do is click on new domain name. So we will now search it just like we searched for it before. We now come here. So this time around, let me just search for another name. Let me say mega net zone.com. So let's see if this is available. Yeah, and we can see it says it is available. Once you see the price in front of it and it gives me a green notification, then it means it's available. So after that, all we need to do is click on this place, which is, you see, up to now I still can't click on my add to cart, so until I click connect to hosting. So let me just click connect to hosting, meaning that this domain will be connected to the hosting I'm going to buy. As you can see, it has actually added the amount of the hosting. The hosting is 8.98 plus 0.18, so it's added, so making $9.16 for a year for this domain. Now added it with my shared Stellar hosting that I want to buy, 21.88, everything making $31.04. So all I need to do is just click add to cart. So now this add to cart button is now activated. So let me just click on it. So now let's wait and see where it loads us to. So right now, this is the list of everything we are purchasing. So what we need to do right here is confirm order. So you just need to cross check everything to be sure everything is correct. There is no additional fee. It's still not at 1.04. So let me just confirm the order. So right now, it requires me that I should either create an account or log in. So it's very, very simple. All you need to do is just come here, type your username that you want to use, then the password, confirm password, first name, last name, and email address. So that's all what we need to do. That's when you fill all of these things and click on create account, it's going to create an account for you and send you an email. So but for my own case, I already have an account, so I don't need to actually create any account, and I don't need to buy any domain and hosting. So but that's just a brief overview of how to get a domain and hosting. So once you've been able to create an account, all you will do is you'll be required to actually drop your card details for the payment, and once you drop that, you will be debited and the hosting and domain will be granted unto you. But for me, what I'll be doing now is I'll be logging in to show you how the dashboard will be once you have successfully purchased the hosting and domain. Yeah, right now, so as you can see, this is an account that I have on Namecheap. Yeah, this account here, I already purchased an hosting and a domain. So even when you look at this account, you will discover that I have two websites on this same account. As you can see, I have my own website here, promote.digital, and I have another website here, oluwaseyiakinsola.com. So now what I'm trying to show you that with this Stellar account, you can actually have 3 websites on it. You can actually have 3 websites, and right now I still have 2 websites on it, so meaning that I can still have even one more website on it. So all you need to do is just buy all I need to do now is buy another domain, link it here, and then create my website on it. So once you have been able to purchase your hosting and domain, this is the account you will be taken to. So and after you arrived here, so what you need to do now to install WordPress, because we'll be looking at how to install WordPress right now, so we can start building our website. So to install WordPress, what we need to do is go to our cPanel. So to actually get to our cPanel is simple, because we can actually enter our cPanel from our Namecheap account. All we need to do is look for this icon here, because this is the main domain of this account. So the main domain is the domain that you use to buy this hosting account. So that is the main domain of hosting account. So inside the main domain, that is called the primary domain. This icon here, you actually go to that icon, that's the hosting icon. Then you scroll down and go to cPanel, the place where it says go to cPanel. So you just click on it and it will redirect you to cPanel. So let's just wait till it loads. So now it's already redirecting us to cPanel. So in some few seconds we get there. So right now we are already on our cPanel, and this cPanel is actually where we do a lot of activities. Number one, this is where we get to install WordPress on our website. Number two, this is where we get to create email accounts for our website. So, and then number three, this is where we get to add domains and subdomains. So but there are I can't actually cover all of these things in this class. There are still some subsequent class that I have created in which I have explained all of these things. So but for now in this class, what we are doing is we are going to be looking at how to install WordPress. So and to install WordPress, all we need to do is look for where it says Softaculous app installer, so which is this place. Sometimes ago, Softaculous apps installer is usually beneath the cPanel somewhere, but recently I discovered that they have relocated it above here. So wherever you find your own, just make sure that you are seeing Softaculous app installer and you actually click on WordPress. So let's just open WordPress. So if you remember, I explained to us some CMS in our group chat. These are the examples, like Joomla, we have Abiancat, PHP, BB. So this is the Joomla I actually wrote about in our class and in the WhatsApp group class. So this is where you can also install Joomla, but right now we are working with WordPress. So let's just go straight into it right now. So right here, this is our Softaculous app installer dashboard. So and this is where we get to install our WordPress. These are the actual WordPress that I have installed. So but for now I'm going to be installing WordPress. I will show you how we do that. So you just come here where it says install, click on this little arrow on the right and it will drop down. So okay, it's the network, let me just wait a few minutes. So right now I think it's downloading, so let's go back and click it again. So now so we're actually going to click on quick install. So then we see it brings us the information. So what we need to do is we come here where it brings out the name of our website. So now this is where you choose where you want to install your WordPress. So now because I have a whole lot of websites on this hosting, so when I click here, you see it will bring all of the websites I have. Normally I actually have two websites, two domains. I have this Oluwaseyin Akinsola and Promote Course Digital, but because there's something we call subdomain in which I'll be covering in later videos, I have created a whole lot of subdomains on these two websites, meaning that on this Promote Course Digital I can also have extra like 20 websites on it, and that's what we call subdomain. So they will actually be bearing its name. So it could be just like this. I created sandbox.promotecourse.digital, it's a website on its own. Estate.oluwaseyiakinsola.com is another website on its own. demo.promote.git. So this I will actually be covering in later videos because I know it might be confusing to you now. So but what you need to do now is to actually choose where you want to install your WordPress. So I'll be showing you how to create all of this in later videos, but right now let's assume I want to create my WordPress on this estate.oluwaseyin. So I will just click on it. So and after that I will fill up the required information, like what is the username you want to use, because each time you want to actually access your WordPress website you have to log in. I believe you already know that in the previous class. So so what we'll be doing right now is creating our username. So most of the time you can just, for the sake of this tutorial, I'm just going to be naming it an admin. But what you have to do is choose your username and make your password. Just create a password. You understand? So each time you create that password, make sure that you write it somewhere, both the username and the password. You put it somewhere so that you will not forget it. But each time you forget, you can always add an email here. So this email will serve as a recovery email. So each time you forget your password and you want to reset your link, the email you had here is the email they will actually send the reset link to. So all you have to do now is you just have to click on install. So when you click on install, it's actually going to install WordPress, but because I already have WordPress on this website, so it might not install. But what I'm trying to show you, I'm just trying to show you how to install WordPress. So right now it's going to do what install, but right now it says there's already a WordPress on this website. So but that's practical way to install WordPress. So assuming there was no WordPress on this website, it will just install the WordPress and it will give you the link to actually go and log in. So right now we'll be going into a WordPress dashboard to show you what we actually be seeing immediately after our installation. So yeah, right now you'll be taken to the WordPress dashboard. Immediately you finish your installation, you will actually receive a link like this. So and once you click on it, it will just redirect you to your WordPress dashboard.